ain't in the mood for tired 80s references.
First things first, Miss Monroe rises.
But now we're gonna shift focus to something I really like, something I really enjoy. Years ago, I had rented this movie, Night of the Creeps. I loved it, and couldn't really find it again. Didn't see it anywhere because it wasn't on DVD, it was only on VHS. Last year, FearNet put it on, and I was pretty much in heaven, although I was surprised because it was the theatrical cut. And apparently I had never seen the theatrical cut. The version I had seen on VHS actually had a completely different ending, so I was kind of like, well, where's the ending? What's this? Why are the credits rolling now? But lo and behold, TriStar has provided us with Night of the Creeps on Blu-ray and DVD, directed by Fred Dekker, who sadly has not gone on to direct much else, and I suspect he probably got burned pretty badly with RoboCop 3. RoboCop 3 is not a film one would probably be really pleased with. It was a real step down. The second movie wasn't really great. The third movie, it was sad. But the thing about Ted Dekker is he had made two really good movies prior. One was a movie called The Monster Squad, just a lot of fun, kind of a family horror film. And then he made Night of the Creeps. He threw in aliens, he threw in brain slugs, he threw in zombies, he threw, sororities and fraternity pranks. It's an 80s film. The beauty of this film is that he makes it work, because it could go so badly. The film opens up in space. You have aliens who are the worst freaking shots since stormtroopers. One is trying to get away from the others, and I swear they're 10 feet apart shooting giant laser guns and they can't hit the guy. That's good, because we don't have a movie if they could hit him. Jumps down to Earth, and it's the 50s on a college campus. And it looks exactly like every movie and television show depicted the 50s to be like. Clean-cut kids, kids talking kind of gallaghy.
So dreamy. Oh, he's just the most. Who? Ray? They broke up. Oh, come on, Muffy. The guy...
I will fuck that one.
So he then jumps ahead to the present day, 1986.
Of course, you realize there's only one way this girl is ever going to take you seriously.
Right. I belong to a frat. Preferably this one.
I was thinking more along the lines of talking to her.
You might recognize him if you're a huge fan of the Vacation series. He was son Rusty in European Vacation. He is apparently lamenting the end of a previous relationship and gets over that one real quick when he sees Joe Whitlow, who, understandably, she is very cute. Some people might recognize her from Porky's, the first one, and other people might also recognize her from the cast of the Cher and Eric Stoltz movie Mask. She really does, in this film, have kind of a wholesome, every girl appeal that it's understandable why he likes her, because she's pretty sweet and not really, she kind of gains an edge through the story that she doesn't necessarily seem to have at the very beginning. And of course, what would a movie be without someone like Alan Kaiser, who plays the just devious Brad, the head of the fraternity. I swear to God, when I was rewatching this movie, that, oh yeah, he's played like this role in every frickin' 80s movie ever set in a college. He was, and I think he was the bad guy in the Karate Kid movies too, because he's got that blonde, he has that exact kind of blonde hair, and he's such a jerk. Turns out, he didn't play any other frat boys that I can determine, but he did play, for you fans of 80s syndicated programming, you might recall Mama's Family. He played Bubba on Mama's Family. You'll also recognize in this film a young David Paymer, as well as possibly the most inobservant cop ever. Ever. And I'm not joking.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
As much as I like the other actors, this is, when it comes down to it, Tom Atkins film. That's really who this is about.
Wonderful.
The fact is he clearly is having so much fun in this role.
I got good news and bad news, girls. The good news is your dates are here.
What's the bad news?
They're dead.
Having a great time. I loved his performance. The effects don't necessarily hold up, but they don't necessarily fall apart either. Yeah, there are times where you actually see the string that's pulling the little brain slug through the screen. When you're watching this movie, that fun that I've talked about, it's clear that everybody was having that fun. And it translates from the screen to the viewer. You're along for the ride.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that it was... Here, hold this. You feel better.
It's Miller time.
Detective Cameron?
No. Bullwinkle Moose. Thrill me.
So on this Blu-ray and DVD, special features. Let's talk special features. There are several deleted scenes that kind of, some are funny, but I totally understand why they're cut. They would definitely slow down the pace of the movie. There's also the theatrical ending that's included, as this is the director's cut. They did include the theatrical ending as something you can watch. There are two commentaries. The first commentary is with Fred Dekker. The second commentary is with the cast. Both the commentaries are really interesting to listen to. One thing that really works for a retrospective DVD is it has perspective. There is time past. People aren't in hype mode anymore. There's also a really nice 20-minute interview with Tom Atkins where he basically just covers his career. The film also has a 1-hour documentary, again benefiting from that whole concept of the retrospective. The cast interviews are really kind of just fun, and it's kind of interesting to see everyone, since they really haven't been on screen, most of them, other than Tom Atkins, since the mid-90s probably, or even earlier have. Definitely worth having in the collection. I really recommend it, and it's a good Halloween film. It's just so much fun to watch. Oh, and plus, I mean, how can you go wrong? You get a girl in a fancy formal dress killing zombies with a flamethrower. Did The Wrestler have that? No. And again, I've been recommending the following modern movies. There is Trick or Treat. There's also Drag Me to Hell, Sam Raimi of Evil Dead fame. Actually, The Mist. Not the color version. It just looks great in black and white. This is actually how director-writer Frank Darabont wanted it to be released in theaters, is in black and white. I have a great Halloween. November starts tomorrow. Remember, set your clocks back because it is daylight savings time. Thank you and have a great weekend.
It's a